Hello everyone, this is Lovey and today we're driving to Neumünster.
It's Sissy. Cool.
So yesterday there was a fish swap meet in Neumünster and I just had to check it out. It was a little bit of a drive for me, but since I'd never been, I really wanted to see what they had to offer. Neumünster is located north of Hamburg, so here's a look at the map so you can see where I was. I was so super excited to show up, but when I did, I was a little bit disappointed because it was actually rather small. What you see here is the whole swap meet. Here it is again, the whole fish swap meet. Yeah. I had come this far though, so I wasn't about to turn around without looking at everything. There was a lot of basic stuff like plants and lots of live bearers. I really did like these green line endlers that I see right here. There were also a couple of vendors that had things like Neocaridina and Caridina shrimp, and I absolutely love Caridina shrimp, so I did have to spend a few minutes looking at those. There were a ton of bristlenose plecos, but some plecos that stood out to me were these really cool zebra plecos, which went for €100 a pop. Right next to the zebra plecos, there were some super clown plecos, which I was a big fan of, but unfortunately I did not come to look at plecos, so I continued on. Next up was a breeder of rainbow shiners, which don't look like much here, but they're really cool red fish with iridescent blue scales. I'm a big fan. To say that there were a lot of African cichlids available at the fish swap meet would be a massive understatement. I love African cichlids and I will probably set up a tank in the future, but for today it was just looking. I don't have the space or any aquarium set up to take care of these guys. That being said, the temptation definitely was there, as there were a couple of cichlid species here that I would absolutely love to see in my own home aquarium. I did appreciate the opportunity to look at some of these species closer up though, as in the near future I will be setting up an aquarium specifically for African cichlids. These yellow labs really caught my attention, but it was these cichlids that absolutely blew me away. I would love to do more research on this specific species because I think that white stripe down their back is just so attractive and I would really love to take some of those home. Then I found what I was looking for, a vendor who specialized in South American cichlids. Though he didn't have exactly what I was looking for, which was red spot golden severums, he did have other cichlids that really caught my eye. Some of them I hadn't even heard of before, so I did have to do some quick Google research to see if they were even compatible with the tank I already have set up. Fortunately for me, they were compatible, so I talked to him and ended up taking a couple of these guys home. Another vendor had these Geophagus offspring, which I was really interested in, even though the Latin name wasn't ringing any bells. I ended up taking a group of them home too. Here you see them acclimating already in my tank. These fish are the mystery Geophagus, and in this bag we see some of the South American cichlids that I had found with the other vendor. There are two different species of fish in this bag. After acclimation, I went about pouring them in. I did this by putting a large net over a bucket and simply pouring them out. They need to be quickly added to the aquarium after this, but I find that this is the easiest and least stressful way of catching out the fish and adding them to your aquarium. The first fish that I added were the mystery Geophagus. I'll show you some more footage of them in just a moment. Next up came the South American cichlids that I got from the other vendor. There are two different species in this bag, and I'll show you footage of both of them. Now that all the new fish are acclimated and in the aquarium, I'm going to tell you more about each one. First up we have the T-bar cichlid, or the Sajika cichlid. I really like these guys, and they're a lot cuter than I thought they were going to be. I unfortunately only got one pair of these, but they are really easy to figure out what gender they are. Males have red fins, and females have yellow fins. These guys are fairly peaceful cichlids, and they're pretty cute. The male maxes out at around 18 centimeters, and the female about 12 centimeters. Next up we have the Nicaraguan or macaw cichlid. These are really interesting because the females grow a lot brighter than the males do, having blue, yellow, and sometimes red coloration. The males get larger than the females do, but they have more of a yellow, green, gold coloration. These fish also get a lot larger than the T-bars, with the males maxing out around 25 centimeters. Some of them also have this really cool stripe that goes down their body, but some of them keep it to adulthood and some of them don't. It can also appear darker or lighter depending on the fish's mood. Last but not least, we have the mystery geophagus. I say mystery because there's just not a whole lot of information online about this beautiful fish. The Latin name is Geophagus eporingensis. I was unable to find a common name in German or in English. The little information I was able to find was very conflicting, with some reports saying they stay small, around 10 centimeters, and some reports saying they grow larger and only eat meat and are not peaceful, so I guess only time will tell. They look to be very similar to the Geophagus brasiliensis. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep an eye out and see how these guys grow. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I would really love some feedback on what I should be calling these mystery geophagus since I can't find a common name for them. I was thinking opal geophagus because pearl geophagus was already taken. If you like my content, then please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see done in the next video. As always, remember to love your fish. I'll see you all next time.